This is a podcast about understanding counseling and how it works in everyday life. In this episode, we'll explore why some people feel harder to be around than others, even when there is care, goodwill, or shared history. Most people can recognize this without much effort. You spend time with one person and feel settled afterwards. You spend time with another and feel unusually tired, tense, or flat. Nothing obvious went wrong, no conflict, no drama, yet the impact is noticeable. This difference is rarely about personality in a simple sense. It is much more about what is being asked of you emotionally during that interaction. One factor is how adjustment is required. With some people, you can speak freely, pause, and respond naturally. With others, you may find yourself monitoring what you say, how you say it, or how will it be received. That constant adjustment takes energy, even when it is subtle. Another factor is emotional responsibility. Some interactions quietly place the weight of the conversation on one person. You may feel responsible for keeping things going, keeping things calm, or keeping things positive. Over time, this can feel heavy, especially if it happens consistently. People also differ in how much space they allow for uncertainty. Some are comfortable with pauses, unfinished thoughts, or mixed feelings. Others need things to be resolved, explained, or smoothed over quickly. When these preferences don't align, one person often ends up doing more emotional work. Earlier in the podcast, we talked about boundaries and emotional regulation. This is where those ideas come together. Interactions feel harder when boundaries are unclear and regulation has to compensate. You may leave the interaction feeling like you were holding yourself together rather than simply being present. Another element is pace. Some people move quickly through conversations, decisions, or emotions. Others move more slowly. When pace don't match, one person often feels rushed while the other feels held back. Neither is wrong, but the mismatch creates strain. This can show up in very ordinary ways. You might notice yourself feeling relieved when a meeting ends or when a call is cancelled, not because you dislike the person, but because the interaction required sustained effort. Those reactions are information about load, not judgments about character. It's also important to say that these dynamics are not fixed. Someone who feels hard to be around in one context may feel easier in another. Stress, roles, and expectations all influence how interactions unfold. What feels manageable one week may feel heavy the next. Counseling often helps people recognize these patterns by offering a consistent relational experience for comparison. When emotional effort is reduced in one setting, it becomes easier to notice where it increases elsewhere. This noticing helps people understand their reactions without turning them into blame. Over time, people often become clearer about what makes interactions feel sustainable. They notice when they are carrying more than their share. They recognize when they are adjusting too much, too often. This clarity supports healthier choices without requiring confrontation or withdrawal. Understanding why some people feel harder to be around shifts the focus away from fault. It brings attention to interaction patterns rather than personal flaws. That shift alone can reduce resentment and confusion. In the next episode, we'll continue this thread by exploring how emotional load moves between people and why some roles quietly accumulate more weight than others over time. That's the scope of this episode. Each episode focuses on one specific theme, and this was it. We'll leave it here for now and continue in the next episode.